Hey guys, I'm here to talk about extending your breather lines on your Jeep WJ Grand Cherokee. If you do have the V8, you can extend the transmission breather line. If you have an inline 6, you cannot. This is a fairly simple and easy thing to do. Costs about 40 bucks. You just need to run to your local hardware store and auto parts store and get all the parts. Go ahead and talk about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and check under the hood and see it, because I've already done it, so let's go take a look. Okay, first off, this one here is the front diff breather line. I've already extended it. This one here is the transmission, and on the other side I have the transfer case one, so let's go take a look. And there that is. Okay, I did do the rear too. That one's in the tail light. Let's take a look. Here we are. I have it zip tied at the moment. I do have a B clip on it. I haven't drilled a hole yet and bolted it on, but I'll probably do that later. This one was the easiest one to do. Okay, so the parts you're going to need are about 11 to 13 feet of 5/16 rubber hose or fuel line. You're going to need some zip ties. You'll need 3 5/16 hose fittings. You'll need about 6 hose clamps, and optional but not required 4 coated B clamps. That would be these things here. Got these at your local Home Depot. Pretty nice, makes everything look nice and clean when you do it, keeps them nice and secure. That's what it looks like when you got it installed. Okay. This is the fittings I was talking about to connect the hoses together. You can do metal or plastic. I prefer metal, but my local store had plastic only. Here's the hose clamps I was talking about. You'll also need, for the rear, you'll need to go to the junkyard to get a breather fitting on the top there. When I did my rear, I just cut the line and got one of these from the junkyard and just attached it, because I don't feel like yanking apart the bumper to get to this one, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to get to. So this didn't cost much. This one here is actually the what's on top of the transmission. This is actually the transmission breather line. I got this one from the junkyard, and it's only available on V8s with automatic transmissions. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to. You got to remove the drive shaft, and you got to go in from the driver's side and stick your hand up in there to be able to get to it. That was probably the hardest one to do. And I would recommend using 5/16 fuel line for this one, because you're not going to be able to get a clamp in there to keep it secured on. But I used a 5/16 hose, and it's a watertight fit. It's pretty tight. I had to, use some real finger strength to be able to get it on. Let's see. Alright. Here you can see I extended the rear breather line. I did use the plastic clamps, or the fittings, and the metal clamps. The hose runs underneath and up into the taillight area, so that's a real nice little mod there. Instead, this one kind of just went up halfway in the fender, but it's a pain in the ass to get into. That's why I just cut the hose. I didn't yank out the fitting, or I just cut the hose here, and yeah. Alright, the transmission. If you look from your top of your engine, you look from all the way in the back with a good light, you might be able to see it. It's kind of far down in there, but here's the line here. You can see where it goes. Like I said, it's on the driver's side top of the transmission. Okay, kind of where the same location where the dipstick goes in on the passenger side. It'll give you a general idea where it's at. Like I said, you got to stick your arm up after you remove the drive shaft. You got to, the front drive shaft. You got to stick your arm up in there and feel for it. It's going to be a pain, but it's worth it, because I mean, look at the size of this thing. That's you're gonna get water in there. This is literally the same hose, same fitting that came off mine, and you know that's not gonna work. The transfer case. That one was pretty easy. It's well, actually, let me go under and show you. Okay. I can't get a good picture of it, but when you're on the passenger side of the Jeep, there will be a breather hose that runs alongside the top of the transmission. That's going to be your transfer case breather line. Okay. All you do is use one of those the fittings that I showed you. You connect to that, and you run a brand new hose to the top of the engine compartment, the firewall. That one's pretty easy to get to. If you can't find it, just go underneath to your transfer case, look for the breather line, and trace it back to where it leads on top of the transmission. Okay, very easy. Now your front diff, it's normally connected to your top shock mount right here, the top bolt. I went ahead and extended it to right here. Not much of a difference, but it's still worth it. That way they're all kind of even. This one you just splice into, fairly easy. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will be showing some more videos on Jeep WJs. Hopefully this helps. If you guys need anything, any questions, comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching.